Oops. So here I am, driving around in my little Cinquecento in the village. It's lunchtime now, so as you can see, nobody is out and about. It's washing, drying in the line. Church of San Rocco and my friend's house, the yellow house down below. They've done a fabulous job of renovating and turning what was once pigsty into a beautiful house. Somebody coming out of their house now. Oops, better put on my seatbelt. That's that dinging noise that you can hear. So I'm going to try and pull over for a sec under the walls of this old house. Well, it wasn't an old house, it was an old palazzo really. Once upon a time. Okay, that stopped that. So we'll keep going around. This is in the main part of the town. And I can take you two ways. I can either take you down the main street. I think I'll do that. Driving along. Driving in Italy is like being in a Dodgem car. All the thrill of the that's the underneath part of my house. I hope you can see that up there. And coming up to this house is for sale, I believe. And here we have a fabulous palazzo that I'd actually like to look inside. The ladies that are the owners of the top floor, passing by the Centerba Palazzo, looking up at the old walled part of the city. Here's the last van to go. Today was market day, and that's the guy who sells, I don't know, oh, vegetables, looks like. It's the piazza where the school is. And from up in that piazza you get a fantastic view. But we're not going down there, we're going down this way now. Now passing by Guardiani Wine. This is my first test go with the GoPro, so I've got my windows on the car down as I'm driving around, but I'm just going to check to see what the sound is like. Of course you can hear the little motor on this car revving away, but what you don't hear is Italian radio. So I've done you a favour today and I've turned that off. And we can go down here. Oops. Somebody is kamikaze walking across the street. And you can see the mountain up in the background. Driving all the way down here. There's a fabulous house here. I'd love to know the story of it. It's always intrigued me. And it's never changed in all the years I've been here. I think I first came here in '91, and this house, you'll see it on the right just as we come up here. That's it there. Have a look at that. It's amazing, isn't it? Just there, just painted. It's like a prop or an art installation. Actually, it reminds me a bit of that art installation on the freeway in Melbourne, the one that's like a hotel. And there's a funny story about that. My sister Amanda, we were talking about that art installation one day. She said, oh, I never see any cars or people going into that hotel on the freeway. And we were saying, which hotel? She goes, you know, the one on the freeway, it's always lit up. Anyway, it was an art installation, which has always reminded me, weirdly, enough of the Anthony Perkins house from Psycho that I saw at Universal Studios back in 1988. And you know, in the movie it looks so huge, this big looming house. And what it actually is like a, you know, a kind of cardboard cutout prop that's not that big at all, not that much bigger than me, but it's the scale of it that makes it look so huge. So that building there, strangely enough, always reminds me of Anthony Perkins' house where he kept his long dead mother in Psycho, although in reality there's absolutely nothing at all. Has nothing to do with Psycho. The things that go through your mind are so weird, aren't they? When you know, your mind just freewheels sometimes. Which, that's okay for me. It's not such a good thing if you're a president of the United States. So I'm going down here now to the house that my late mother-in-law grew up in. This was a cobblestone road and she lived down here. But now of course it's paved. But she did tell us the story of one time when she was going along with her dad, and he had a donkey and cart, and the wheel of the cart went through the stones on the ground, and the stones would have been, see these ancient stones here, this very old wall out of tuffo stone, which is actually not tuffo, I believe it's travertine marble, but anyway. So she was coming down here, and right around here, and the cart wheel just went down through the ground into a hole in the ground, and that was my mother-in-law's little house there, if you can see that. It's a cute little place. I really like it. So that was my so when the cartwheel went through a hole, and when they were trying to get the cartwheel up out of the hole, my mother-in-law saw that it wasn't just a hole in the ground, it was like a road built on top of another old road, so that there was like a wall underneath and some other town. And of course they do say that Toko is built on top. The Toko that we see now is built on top of another very ancient civilization, a town that was here before us. And ooh, that's been snapped off, that tree. And in fact the whole central historical part of town, that is more or less built on top of these catacombs. And some people say that the catacombs go all the way to the Osservanza, which is the old monastery that's up on the hill that the Pope is supposed to be coming to visit at some stage, sooner or later. Hope it's sooner rather than later, because if the whole tourism thing keeps being affected by COVID, the economy is going to be worse, and I really do imagine that a boost in tourism would occur following a visit from the Pope. And what kind of tourism do you think would like to come here? Well, as you can see as I'm driving along, we have lots of beautiful open spaces. We have the mountains in front of us. There are wolves, bears, chamois deer, different types of deer. Of course we've got the wild pigs, but we won't talk about those. Foxes, squirrels, badgers. I've seen badgers. So here we're going down to the other part of town. The town's got little outlying suburbs, if you will, that were once booming villages of their own once upon a time, but they're now more or less vacant. and crumbling, which is such a shame because it's so wonderful. And here we have, we're going down into an area called the Murano. But I'm just going to stop for a second, and can you see the snow on the mountain in front there? It's just so lovely living here. I never get sick of seeing the mountains, and here we have what was once a thriving piazza, now more or less empty, and this area is called the Murano. Oh my goodness. Well, that's odd. Somebody stuck their garbage there on that wall. I really do love this house there. Can you see that one? Oh, I'm even going to hop out and let you have another closer look at it. It's really just beautiful. It's like one of those, you know, English escape to the country, escape to the Mediterranean. This could be an escape to the Murano. And there's the other house here, which that needs a little bit of work. It's not too bad in the scheme of things. If we go further along, oh, better put my seatbelt on again before it starts beeping and driving us all berserk. All right, that is the Murano.